What is something that you actually want people to know about Gibraltar?
Gibraltar is a good place. It's nice people there. They have the best of Spain in England.
It's not the kind of place that I can like make out with anyone in the middle of the street and then expect to not get back to like at least a family member. Luckily, inbreeding is not a thing, but I think it's definitely something you have to think a bit more about than in other places. I'm Alex, I'm from Gibraltar, I'm 28 years old and I'm a videographer.
My name is Rafa, I'm 27 years old. I'm starting to become an English teacher and I'm from la línea de la Concepción.
Willkommen in Gibraltar, einem der kleinsten Länder der Welt. Es ist weniger als 7 Quadratkilometer groß und liegt an der Spitze der iberischen Halbinsel, an der Grenze zu Spanien und mit Blick auf Marokko. Gibraltar ist seit über 3 Jahrhunderten ein britisches Überseegebiet.
When I was younger, you could probably go through my Facebook and find some weird photos of me being like, yeah, 100% British in some national day or something. Since that time in my life, I've had a lot of time to mature, to grow as a person, to age, and understand that like maybe even when I went to the UK, having it thrown in my face that I am British on a passport, yes, but my culture and my being is not British in the slightest. When I was on my way to the UK, I knew that I had a different kind of accent. Like, I've always thought that like I spoke English, but really, I think I don't necessarily speak llanito.
Can you define what llanito is?
It's so hard and it's such a difficult conversation. So it's, for me, a mixture between English and Spanish. ¿Te encontraste uno? Yeah, no? Did you find one? My personal connection to language definitely falls directly between llanito and English. I couldn't really give you only just one, because if I drop something on the floor, I'm not going to react in English, I don't think.
Wieso ist Gibraltar überhaupt britisch? Nach einem spanischen Erbfolgekrieg eroberten 1704 britische und holländische Truppen Gibraltar, um die Kontrolle über das Mittelmeer zu behalten. Als Gegenleistung für den Austritt Großbritanniens aus dem Krieg übergab Spanien 1713 mit dem Vertrag von Utrecht Gibraltar offiziell an die englische Krone. Alle Versuche Spaniens, das Gebiet zurückzuerobern, scheiterten im Laufe der Jahrhunderte. Aber das Land hat immer einen gewissen Anspruch auf Gibraltar erhoben. Auf dem Felsen von Gibraltar fanden 2 Referenden statt. Eines im Jahr 1967 und ein weiteres im Jahr 2002. Beide Male stimmten 99% der Gibraltarer für den Verbleib unter der alleinigen Souveränität Großbritanniens.
Most of people in La Línea, for example, feels that Gibraltar, in the bottom, on the inside, I don't know how to express it, is still Spain.
If you're given the question of, do I vote to be Spanish or do I vote to be British? Well, you connect to the thing that's maybe taken care of you for the last like 300 years, no?
It's not really a point of contention, but it's definitely something that I think maybe with younger people now, they're starting to maybe not give up on the idea of being British, but sort of not feel so strongly about it, you know?
It's not like a massive discussion for us, I think, in general. I think people above us have had hardships and difficulties that were affected by whether they were British or not. Whereas like our narrative is kind of like, I think we're all just existing and living together, no?
Im Schatten des Felsens, 50 Meter von der Grenze entfernt, liegt La Línea de la Concepción, die letzte spanische Stadt vor Großbritannien. La Línea hat seit langem den Ruf, der wildeste Ort der Halbinsel zu sein. Entlang des 12 Kilometer langen Strandes, an dem am Horizont die marokkanische Küste auftaucht, ist La Línea der erste Anlaufpunkt für den europäischen Haschischhandel.
Trafficking is everywhere. It's like implicit. It affects most of the population here. It's probably La Línea have 60,000 people, more or less 70,000, and probably 20,000 are implicated in one way or another. We can say it, nobody say it, but it's there. What do you prefer? To work 8 hours a day in a supermarket, or to work 15 minutes and get in one night 3,000 euros?
Die Start- und Landebahn des Flughafens von Gibraltar, die sich über die gesamte Breite des Landes erstreckt, trennt zwei verschiedene Welten, die voneinander abhängig sind.
You can see the money with the amazing buildings, the ports. That's crazy. That's a huge difference between La Línea and Gibraltar. I would like to live there. Who knows? Who don't want to live there? Gibraltar, of course, is a very rich city. People from La Línea depends basically economically. Here in La Línea there is no work as much as in Gibraltar, and with the salaries of Gibraltar you go to there and you get a job. 10,000 more or less go to work in Gibraltar. We are living for the work, and that's not life. I'm not saying that the problem is from Gibraltar, because they are what they are, but we have to be something more, and by ourselves we cannot do it. We need something, we need help.
Die Gemeinde La Línea hat eine Arbeitslosenquote von 35%. Mit einer Quote von 1% hat Gibraltar eines der weltweit höchsten Bruttoinlandsprodukte pro Kopf. Die Wirtschaft wird durch eine 10%ige Körperschaftssteuer und Mehrwertsteuerbefreiung angekurbelt. Eine Kombination, die seit 2009 gilt und Unternehmen aus ganz Europa anzieht. Aus diesem Grund ist die Zahl der in Gibraltar registrierten Unternehmen doppelt so hoch wie die Zahl der Einwohner. Durch die wirtschaftlichen Beziehungen und die Nähe sind die beiden Länder eng miteinander verbunden.
This is totally crazy, because we have a different money. You have euros and pounds. You have another country that is so far from here, in the face of you, and it's like your neighbor, and people meet, and the culture is very mixed.
I look at Spain and I'm like, I don't know, half of my friends and my family are all related to people from Spain. They have grandparents, cousins, we all have friends in Spain as well.
Der Frieden zwischen den Gibraltarern und Spanien war während des Regimes von Francisco Franco bedroht. Der spanische Führer schloss 1969 die Grenze zwischen beiden Ländern. Erst nach Francos Tod im Jahr 1985 wurde sie wieder geöffnet.
People used to go to the gates and then see their family member on the other side. And it's not like now when you get to the frontier and La Línea is just there. It was a bit more of a stretch.
So people would have children and they'd raise like the new child that the family member hasn't been able to see. Like I think those are things that are being burnt into our memory from like the stories that we've been told by like family and friends and everything, but also like it's a discussion, it's something that's spoken about in Gib, like there's a lot of images of it. And I don't know, I think it definitely brought the local culture together a lot more than maybe they expected at the time.
Ein neueres einschneidendes Ereignis für Gibraltar war die Entscheidung des Vereinigten Königreichs, die Europäische Union im Brexit-Referendum 2016 zu verlassen. 96% der Gibraltarer stimmten für den Verbleib in der EU. Das Gebiet wurde nicht in das Post-Brexit-Abkommen aufgenommen, das die Beziehungen des Vereinigten Königreichs mit der EU regelt. Stattdessen wird es auf Grundlage von Ad-hoc-Vereinbarung verwaltet und erlaubt bis auf Weiteres weiterhin den freien Personenverkehr. Eine dauerhafte Einigung wurde jedoch nicht erzielt.
It has impacted my life, I guess, in two different ways. There's like an emotional side to it, and then there's the physical sense of like maybe it's more of a barrier in my life now. It's very annoying, I think, for anyone to be in a situation where they don't have control. And you live in a country that's like 96% voted against Brexit. It's really annoying to watch everyone else just tell you that you have to do the complete opposite to what you were very for.
It's something that gets in trouble Spanish people and Gibraltarian people, but they decide in England and in Madrid, or in Europe.
I've been my whole life a European, and everyone around me is, I guess, on European soil to a certain extent. And then one day everything just completely changes, and then we're in some weird limbo, waiting for other people to decide. So personally, I still and will continue to feel European.